So it sounds like Dev Patel has been really struggling on his Monkey Man film. They had to shut down production a number of times because the cameras broke, and they started filming on GoPros and their phones while they were trying to fix it. They had no money, and this is from the studio that has big budget films. You got to go wonder what the hell was going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I mean, even he was up against shutting down because of COVID, having to change locations because he wanted to shoot in India and had the plans to do that. And yeah.
And then he also broke a number of bones. He broke ribs and a finger. So that the whole shoot was like an absolute mess. But if you watch the trailer, for me, it shot up to one of my most anticipated films. Like, I was like, dude, this is martial arts, Indian, sort of horror thriller, and it's from that studio with Dev Patel. What the hell?
Dude, okay, so no joke, I had not seen the trailer when all the announcements had come out and everything else, and I legit thought it was just a horror movie, okay? Because it's from, Jordan Peele Studio, Monkey Paw, and, well, it's a dude called Monkey Man or whatever. And then we saw the trailer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is John Wick too.
Yeah.
Or also. And I
was like, I didn't know he did this sort of action. Dude,
dude, for me too, it shot way up to the top of the list.
I was like, oh man, I am so into this. So how's your week been, Chris?
It's been good. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to today's podcast.
Oh, should we wait?
Are we live?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi guys. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Who we got?
Yes. Hey there. Let's see here. We've got Leo the short guy. Excellent. Welcome. Sharam, how you doing? Oh, we're doing good. Yeah. I think we're well. Sharam watched Godzilla X Kong. I think we're going to be talking about that. Maybe. We'll see. Good morning, Shiny.
Morning.
How are you?
Everything is shiny.
Welcome.
Shiny, Captain.
Shiny. Oh, yes, shiny. Ruben.
Oh, sorry.
What's up? And then we lost everybody.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Cool. All right. Well, we'll come back in a minute and say hi to more people and answer some more questions. But Ruben, how's your week been?
It's been
Seriously
all right.
this time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's been all right. I had some decent viewing this time, I think. Like last time I wasn't sure. I know you had lots, and some surprises for sure.
Okay. Good. Good. Some of it was good. Some of it I was like just watching stuff that we had never watched before, but was like not for the show, not for reviewing, not for
just
anything
for watching.
like that. Yeah, just needed kind of that mental break. I also watched a couple of things, or at least started one or two things, and they might be good, but I just was not feeling them. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
My wife and I are still watching Attack on Titan. We're halfway through season 3. So we carried on, when we, reviewed it a few weeks back, that first season. Yeah, so we've carried on. We're worried that it's like Lost because they just keep giving us more questions and they're not answering many. Like every time you seem to get a reveal, it's like, oh, but here's some more. And I'm like, what? What the hell? Every time they reveal something, we're like, how?
That's I'm pretty sure that they do answer stuff and that it comes back around from what my youngest was saying, that because he was like just fully invested in it. And
we're invested. Yeah.
Well, but I think there was like when you were watching it as it was releasing, there was a break in between seasons or something like that.
Especially the last one, the season 4, because 5 is just OVA. So season 4, they had to do like feature-length episodes, and it took a long time for those to come out.
So yes, there you go. Let's see here. Going back a little bit to the comments. All right. Sharam is a football fan, Newcastle and West Ham.
Who are you supporting?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, so he hasn't answered yet. They haven't answered yet. I don't know if I heard correctly.
Okay.
But, Ruben, should we do some of the housekeeping stuff,
Sure.
Everybody, go ahead.
If you're just joining us, welcome. This is a podcast that we do live, and then you'll see it again repeated on the Sunday morning wherever you are. Well, it's Sunday morning for me. What time is it for you when you release it?
Midnight for me.
Midnight. Okay, so whichever we release on Sunday, the video, the whole thing will be in there. If you like audio podcast, then we have the audio version without all the chatting in between on our audio podcast. We also have a Patreon that we have over, I think we're getting close to 100 videos there now.
Oh my gosh.
And a various number of tiers, which I've added a couple of today, Chris. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There is an anime one. That's the top tier. For £500, you can ask us to watch an entire season, but I've limited it to 4 or 5 seasons and less, and I've specified no One Piece, because One Piece has over 1,000 episodes. I've also said it would take us a while, so not just within that month, but like a while to do.
And we can only have one of these.
Yes, one.
Like
we
there's
can only have one. I doubt we're going to get more than one person. Although saying that, our Patreons are so generous. But if you're like, how expensive is your Patreon, guys? We start our Patreon on £1. And then you get the majority of all the videos. So what happens is everybody requests stuff to review, and we review those, but we still put it on that really £1 tier, so that everybody can just join in and chat. We've had a number of people join recently just on the free tier to see nice. Like there's some stuff outside of the paywall that you can just see what it's about. We have a lot of fun on there, and because we're not tied down to like YouTube stuff, we do stuff outside of the box as well. So you get to know us a bit more. We do fun things like quizzes and all of that kind of nonsense. If you do like us and you've just like jumped in on one of our channels, you don't know the other. Chris is from Moves and Munchies on YouTube mostly, and sometimes he does Munchies at the end, which I like a lot. The only thing I do in the end of my YouTube is the Ruby Tuesday and Live Long Tuesday, which comes from Star Trek, and that's where all my merch has the shirts on it says Live Long and Tuesday, which I like a lot. What does your merch say, Chris?
It varies. Some of it says "Couch with me." It's not, one of them that I made is just a rainbow with a unicorn flying.
Nice.
A unicorn flying off of a toilet with a rainbow out of its butt, and it's saying farts are just the screams of trapped poop.
Actually, so I'm just going to comment on one of the comments, and I agree. Why did you switch sides left and right? Doesn't look right. Yeah. That feels better. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Okay, I was uncomfortable.
Well, the way that this does, like I got rid of like the default layouts, but when we're trying to add more visuals as we go, and when I switch to that, and then I switch back, it switches us again. And so to avoid us going like this,
all right, okay,
it's
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the way we start this every week, when you catch us live, it's unique. For those that are here live with us, you get to watch it live, and then we cut it off. We reschedule it for the following day. So thank you for being here with us. It means the world. If you really want us to answer something specific, or you want to support us, you can hit up that super chat, which are appreciated. We had a couple last week, I think, which we really like, and a few. Just feel no pressure. We just love that you guys are here with us. We love chatting to you and building our community. But the way we start it every week is we do a movie quote quiz. Chris will be answering the quizzes from last week. Whoever won those will let you know. If you put your comments down below in either of our videos, Chris will grab the answers and let you know like kind of who won. And then he'll give us new ones, and I'll ask a stupid question. So Chris.
Yes.
Your hair's growing back, by the way. It's doing quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, it grows pretty quickly. So I'm fortunate in that area.
Is it fluffy now? Does it like fluff?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know if it'll pick up. Like, I can see it on my display, but you can see that it's kind of velvety. It's still not terribly long, but it will
I like
be.
the in-between time when it feels like a tennis ball, like that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's well past that.
Like this.
Such good audio there. For everybody on the podcast, we apologize.
I don't apologize. That was ASMR. You pay a lot for that on certain platforms.
Really, tell us more about that. Are there also feet pics there?
Yeah, so
no, don't
what
tell
it
us about
is...
that. I don't want to know. No,
there's this woman...
Family friendly,
and a ping-pong ball.
Oh, Lord. Don't even finish that. Don't.
Your mind went there. I didn't say anything.
Because I'm a 12-year-old boy. So, yes, it did.
I've had way too much to drink already. So.
See, it's 9 o'clock here in the U.S. I mean, at least on the
UK.
West Coast. I know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah. All right. The movie quote quiz. We have 2 and a kind of a winner. So, Tara Briscoe, good job. For maybe one of the first times in at least a long time, Ruben got got the answers right, and Nostromo got 2 out of 3. So the
wait, did I actually get all 3?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Edge of Tomorrow, Attack the Block, and Arrival.
Mostly because I love those films and I've seen them so many times.
Yeah, I am so excited for Attack the Block, the sequel. I don't know what it's
When's
actually
it coming
called.
Out?
I don't know.
It's been years. Is it real? It's like Top Gun Maverick wasn't real until it was there.
Well, that is how it is. But I mean, Edgar Wright had tweeted out that Joe Cornish was working on it, that he was building the script and everything. And so I'm like, okay, cool. That. And apparently John Boyega is looking to return.
Great. You can't not have him.
Yeah, and if we could get Jodie Whittaker also, yes, please. Just
yes.
And Nick
they were
Frost.
good together, yeah.
Ron's Weed Room.
I need to watch that again now. Oh.
Dude, it's back on Prime in the U.S. It keeps going off and on, and you're like, oh,
yeah, it was on Netflix for a while, then Prime. It's just floating about, making more money.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that too, just because it's such a great movie.
So have you got some more for us?
I do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You want them? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I know. I was so lucky getting mono. That was like the best diet ever.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, you've come back here to the house of loneliness and tears, to Daddy Downer and Brother Bummer, to come to some sort of decision about life. A life decision, if you will. No. Psychopaths kill for no reason. I kill for money. It's a job. That didn't come out right.
I think I'm not going to answer this week.
The second one is way more obscure. Such a good movie, though. Love it. But yes. Ruben, though, while you can let everybody, you can let us know in the chat right now. It is easier if you put it in the comments, except I know during the live there are no comments, so whatever. We'll try and give it to you. We'll try and give you the shout out next week. But Ruben, do you have a question for us?
Yeah, these are sort of quotes like you've done sort of questions. I just want to know what moves they come from. They're really easy. I just thought, Evil Llama.
Oh,
okay, you got it. Okay,
yes, I was like, I don't know why my brain was going to like, what's that one with the like it was that web thing, that web series, like.
All right, okay.
Mid 2000s.
Number 2.
Yes.
Don't Call Me Shirley. Okay.
So
Number 3. Remember the 5th of November.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let us know. You can answer that in the comments right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's go to the comments then. How about that? You want to do that?
Let's do it.
Let me write down the time code because that's important. Okay. Watch Godzilla. Sharon watched Godzilla X Kong.
Nice.
Or did I already say that? I don't know if
I think you said that already.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that is right. Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. Sorry. Sharon wants to know, did you watch You'll Never Find Me?
I don't think so.
Well, we'll get back to that. Yasi, hello, everybody. Happy Easter. Yep. Welcome. Niket,
I have a confession about Easter to me. Chris and I bought these Easter eggs, one big one for each of our boys and one for each of us 2 weeks ago. And we ate
Did you eat yours?
we ate
all
theirs.
4?
We ate theirs and ours before Easter.
That's so good.
I was like, they don't know. I mean, they know now, but like that would mean they'd have to watch my podcast, and I don't think they care about this. So.
That would be the we've done that before, especially, and when I say we, I typically mean me, because it's the stuff is sitting there, and it's just so
a waste. It needs to be in my tummy. Yeah.
It's going bad. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You can't leave it, surely.
No,
it wants to be eaten. Yeah.
Well, and I'm saving them from the diabetes or
the
really cavities, whatever.
It's just love. It's what it is.
It is. It's good parenting.
Yeah.
Like during Halloween, also, you go through the children.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore because they will fight me for it. One of them's bigger than me. So
I mean, like the giving the candy out. So you eat the candy and then you just give like the kids medicine.
There have been years where we have bought a big bag of candy prior to Halloween, in preparation, like, just a couple days before.
Yeah.
And then we don't have any, and I have to go buy more. So we try and buy the kind that I don't like, which is tough because I like a lot of candy.
You like a lot of candy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sharon wants to know if we have the same live podcast on Spotify. Yes and no. We cut out the chatting part of this, like where we answer your chats, because on the live you can see the chats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't work in audio, so
so we edit that part out.
So it's just the stuff that the best thing that we watched this week, really.
Exactly. Let's see here. Son of Soils, good evening. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yasi, I appreciate that. The 3-body problem review is one of my best. Wow.
What about me?
Ruben's was even better.
Where's my love?
Son of Soils wants to know about thoughts on Constellation. Ruben, do you want to weigh in first? Your look says it all. I don't want them to do a second season. I want it to be just as it was because of the... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Sorry. Thinking of a different series that came out right around the same time.
It's the one with what's-her-face.
With Numi Rapace and the ending. Holy crap. I am so on board for a second season. So negate what I just said about it. I don't want one, or it doesn't need one. Oh my gosh. That parting shot is... I don't even understand how that works and how that's possible, but we're going to go with it. And Ruben has no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm trying not to do spoilers. Yeah. I know. Okay. Son of Soils also watched Argyle.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, dude. Yeah.
Oh, but Ruben, Monolith, you had talked about this a couple weeks ago. Yeah, nice. Night Siren. I want to say I've heard of this. I don't know if I've seen it. I got to look it up because we watch too much stuff. Have you seen this, Ruben?
I want to say no. 2022.
Serving. Oh, I have seen this. Yes. It is. Why did I watch this and when did I watch? I don't know if I watched this at Sundance. It's Czechoslovakian.
Ooh.
I think I might have done a review on it. Honestly, it. I'm trying to remember parts of it, and if it's the one that I'm thinking of, there are some brutal moments to this where you're like, "What?"
You did do a review 6 months ago.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the one I'm thinking of. There are some shots in this where you're like, "Whoa, what?" Okay. Wasn't prepared for that. So, yeah, you can't watch my review of that, Night Siren, if you want. Good morning, Chris. Welcome. Happy Saturday to you.
Hey, Chris. Chris.
Ruben, bring it on. I
don't know what that means. Where's the love? I've done I've done a review that grew. Yeah.
You what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just let's carry on.
I saw the trailer for Despicable Me 4, and I just gotta say no. I love Gru and I love the Minions, but no.
No, leave it alone already. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiny, I agree with you. I need to see Monolith too. I think I can rent it. I'm pretty sure it's
Well, have you guys
available
not
for
seen
rent.
Monolith yet?
No, I haven't.
It's so good. Watch it. Use a VPN.
You know that I have like other things to watch during the week. It is available to rent. I'm gonna rent it.
There you go.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because it's cool. Godzilla destroyed a lot of
he
things.
did. Oh my gosh. So I was like, he's gonna, isn't he? They're totally going to.
Well,
my son was like, why are people climbing the steps? I thought they weren't allowed to do that anymore. I was like, yeah, I thought that's true as well.
It's for drama, because if the people aren't allowed on top of it, then what is it? But also I was thinking of poor Italy. Because it got destroyed
everywhere
in Fast X, and it got destroyed in...
Godzilla's meant to be protecting us, but he's just literally killed a million.
Oh, he's just...
Like when he's walking, and he's sort of walking through the skyscrapers and the bridges with all the cars on them. It's like, I sort of care about you. Really, he's just throwing his weight around. He's like, I'm the king. You will obey me.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. Harvinder, hello. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you? Yasi was answering you, Ruben, about your love for the three-body problem.
The love. I appreciate it. Now go watch all of my reviews back to back, and then it ends forever.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and those bridges.
So funny. I was just like, why are you guys even trying to save Earth anymore? You've destroyed it already.
Yeah, it decimated everything. Which I think, to be fair, that's why we watch the movie.
Yes.
We want the destruction
and fighting. Yeah,
exactly. Cool. All right. You want to dive in, and then we'll head back to the things in a little bit, the chat in a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to go
first? How many have you got this week?
I got 2. I could do 3, but I definitely have at least 2.
Okay. I'll go first then.
Okay.
I feel sad this week because the good stuff I've seen you haven't seen and you can't see.
Oh, dude.
Okay, anyway, let's talk about one of them. Parasyte the Grey. I can talk about the first 3 episodes because for the UK, they've split the season up. There's only 6 episodes, and there's 3 episodes that... Whatever. I think they're splitting up the 6 episodes, which is bonkers.
Are they? Because all 6 episodes come out on the 5th.
All right. Okay. Yes. So I don't know. The embargo is you can do the first 3 episode review and then you can do the next 3.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of the anime. It's like it's one of my favorite. Parasyte the Maxim. Based on graphic novels. It's based on manga. And I was worried going into this thinking, I know Netflix are on a good track record when it comes to the adaptation so far. We had, what's it? the adaptation we had recently. How do you pronounce that? God damn it. Chris, normally at this point you jump in.
I'm trying to figure out, is it... No, I don't know what you're talking about. So
okay. So we had One Piece. And then we had... God damn it, what's it called?
Oh, we had Airbender.
Yeah, One Piece, Airbender, and Yu Yu Hakusho.
I know what you're talking about. Hey, it's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hakusho.
Yeah, that one. That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you said. Have you not seen that? It's amazing.
You see my calendar, you know.
Dude, you work full time, so. Yes, I was worried. I know they were on a good track record, but when they're close to your heart, you have an expectation of what they should look like and what story they should put in. What I didn't know going into this is Parasyte the Grey is totally a different story with different characters. It's in the same universe, but it's different. They've done their own thing. Also, it's not Japanese, it's Korean. So, yeah. So they've bought the license to do the story. They have some Japanese actors in it, but it is South Korean. And my word, they did. So Parasyte's basically aliens come down to Earth and they infect us, and they start basically infesting people around the world. They're like little larvae. Think the Faculty, those little weird wormy larvae that kind of go through your ear or up your nose, or you're sleeping and you're like,
when it rains too,
and then they fuse themselves to like your brain, and they take over. So they're able to outside. They change your like physical DNA so they can open up, and they have tentacles. Yeah, there you go on the picture. They have different versions, and they have they use your actual skull as a weapon. You see those blades there on the side? That's like your skull. So they're super strong and hard, and they are highly intelligent. As to why they're here, that's something that you'll have to find out. I was worried that CG would look bad. It looks great. And those anime fights that you obviously get in an action anime like this, you do get a lot of. I'm not sure that I'm that emotionally invested yet, and it does feel like it's rushing somewhat, especially as there's only 6 episodes. But we have like a cult that's gross. It's one of the goriest anime you're going to see for a long time, because there's lots of body parts in this, because they use us as hosts, and they see us as cattle, really.
Fair enough.
However, our protagonist, the hero, her alien doesn't quite fuse with her right because of something that goes wrong at the beginning. And so she and this alien have a battle of consciousness because she's classed as a mutant. Then her species will kill her. So in a sense, she and this alien have to work together now against the alien entities and the government agency that's created that are trying to take them down.
Gotcha.
And so she's stuck in the middle of and that makes it for a really intense, fun. You totally are on it's well acted, it's well put together. The script is fun. The VFX look great. The special effects look excellent. It's so gory, and the body parts were like fun. I don't know. I've purposely not watched the next 3 yet, because I just wanted to see what would it be like if I'm just talking about the 3 and how I would feel about leaving at that point. But I'll definitely go back and do like a full review. Have you watched any of these yet, Chris?
I haven't. No, I do have the screeners, all 6 episodes, so I'm going to be watching it this week. I am looking forward to it. Does it lean more into sci-fi or more into horror?
Both.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say sci-fi horror. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
So, what's on your list?
Well, let me. You like all the clickety clack from my keyboard there. So we've got "You Will Never Find Me" or "You'll Never Find Me." Somebody in the comments, I think it was Sharam, had asked. This was on my list to watch last week.
Okay.
It came out on Shudder.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get an opportunity, so we watched it earlier in the week. I want to say I watched it like on Monday or Tuesday, maybe over the weekend. Doesn't really matter. This is it's Australian, and it is close quarters contained like set, where this really weird dude is sitting alone in his trailer during this monster-sized rainstorm. Okay. And he keeps looking up at the ceiling, and he's looking at the walls because he hears things. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 pounding on the door happens. And he finally goes and answers it, and there's this girl. And she's just soaking wet because she's outside. And so she talks her way inside. And from there, we have a lot of very slow patient, uncomfortable conversations. Not because they're talking about things that are uncomfortable. It's all in the delivery.
Oh.
The dude comes across as pretty sketchy. Okay.
Okay.
But he's also like paranoid almost. So like it makes sense that he would be kind of standoffish, because in this trailer park that's out in the middle of nowhere, and the conversations that they're having don't always aren't consistent, like in the facts that are being told, especially from the girl, they're not always the same. And so he's like, wait a minute, you said this, or, you know, and then she, obviously a young woman alone in a remote house with some weird dude, she's also a little bit freaked out there, actually a lot freaked out. And so you have this back and forth. The atmosphere of this is so good. It bothers you, but you don't know why.
Are they good, like great actors? Because it's all in one contained location, right?
It is one location, yeah. You get a couple of scenes that bounce outside at a different time, but it's
okay, like
very
a flashback
obscured.
or something.
Yeah, well, sort of, not really. It's there's no context really to it, and so it's just it does make sense at the end, but before that, it's just kind of there, so it's whatever. It's just a different, a little bit for visual interest. They did captivate me, because while they're not, like, I've never seen these actors before, but they both embody the awkwardness and the fear and the tension and the discomfort that each person you would expect to have. So it makes it work within there.
Oh.
And then the final act of the movie.
It's one of those.
Batshit crazy. It mounts and it mounts and it mounts, and the tension just keeps getting piled on. And the visuals are just, they're trippy. It's not really freaky. Okay, so this is, while this is kind of a horror, it's not like you would expect. It's way more thriller than anything.
But it's not the best thing you watched.
Oh yeah.
Week, so.
Oh yeah. No, it was outstanding. I mean, okay. Because at first, let me say this. The ending is kind of what I thought it was going to be. And yet it still had a little bit of differences to that. So I was mildly disappointed at one point, because it was kind of like, oh, is this how it's going to be? But the whole thing with all of the atmosphere is so oppressive, and it's just so dark. And they use, like, at one point the power goes out, and so now you have very limited field of vision. Oh. From either a flashlight or a lantern that kind of illuminates, but only a few feet in front of you. And so even though they're in a singular location, it amps up anticipation and some dread.
Nice.
Because we're
so it's definitely worth watching then, as a one-time watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't see you watching it more than once, really, because once you know everything, you know everything.
How many couches would you give it?
I think probably about 4.
Okay,
yeah, because it was
really good. Okay.
It's not, it doesn't overstay its welcome. Like, it's not too long. It is patient, and that's the thing I think that you have to, if you're going in looking for a very fast-paced type of thriller, the first big portion of this is not that.
So this is a slow burn thriller.
Yeah.
But if it has atmosphere, then it's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So it was a lot of fun. It's on Shudder, so if you subscribe, like I do,
subscribe
everything. Yes. So yeah,
nice.
There you go. You'll never find me.
Oh yes, I will.
You know where I live. All right, let's. You want to go to chat?
Got a certain set of skills.
I love it. Oh goodness. Okay, we'll
see
go back
how
to the chat.
everybody's doing.
Let me find out where I left off there. Let's see here. Okay, press play. Welcome, howdy. Hope you guys are doing great. If you get the time, please check out
La Sing Chada.
Lal. Yeah, okay.
Lal.
The Indian remake of Forrest Gump. Okay.
Cool, but I've seen Forrest Gump.
It's been forever since I've seen Forrest Gump, but I don't really. Yeah. Okay.
Run,
cool.
Forrest. Run.
Let's see here. Okay, people are chatting back and forth to each other, which is awesome. I love that. Love that. The camaraderie. Chris Retzlaff, thank you so much for the super chat first.
I made a deal. Not to bring up my favorite thing this week.
But just in case, I have to see where I land on.
Wow.
Chris, that's outstanding. I am so glad that you are still enjoying your show. Have we talked about, is Howie Mandel the host of this one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't follow Howie Mandel. The only thing I've ever seen him on is that thing.
Yeah, Deal or No Deal, right? Oh,
yes,
no. But also Monsters. Remember that? Like, do you remember that movie with
he
Fred
was,
Savage?
No.
No? He was like a blue monster.
No.
Okay.
No, he's in the UK. He's with it's that competition where people think they've got talent, but they don't.
America's Got Talent?
Yeah, UK's Got Talent. Yeah.
Some
people
America's
have talent.
Got Talent. Nobody has talent.
Aliens think we don't have talent.
Yeah, well, yes. That's how
These are historical documents, damn it. Yeah.
Chris, I do want to know if Howie Mandel is the
will that make
the
you
host
watch it?
of the show. No, it won't. But it's just more out of curiosity about the show, which we will not mention.
Okay.
Or the he who shall not be named.
Right.
Surav, watching Shogun, dude. Ruben, have you started that? You're waiting until it's finished.
I'm waiting till it's all that. Yeah, I'm gonna have like a weekend where I'm just gonna binge watch the crap out of that. Yeah.
Nice. I think you will be highly satisfied.
I mean, everybody says it's one of the best shows they've ever seen, and certainly the best show this year. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
That's a high bar too.
High bar. We've had some amazing stuff this year.
Yeah. So, Niket and Yasi are having a Clint Eastwood conversation. Gran Torino, The Mule, Unforgiven, $1 Million Baby. I've never seen The Mule. Is The Mule
I've
good?
seen it, but I'm not a fan. The rest of those are great. Love Unforgiven, love Gran Torino, and $1 Million Baby. Amazing. Okay. Mule, just not a fan.
Just not a fan. Okay. Fine. Oh, yep. Okay. They're still continuing on their conversation, which is outstanding. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm getting verklempt. Yutaka, hey. Shogun, phenomenal.
Hey, Yutaka.
Yes. So good.
Yutaka, is that your actual beard? I have beard envy. I don't know if that's a picture of you, but that's a great beard. Yeah.
I think his beard is shorter now.
Okay.
Because on some of the lives that I've watched him on, and his reviews, I think it's a little shorter now.
Okay.
But Ruben, did you watch One Life with Anthony Hopkins?
No.
Okay, I didn't.
Because as far as I'm aware, Anthony Hopkins retired, so he's not doing any movies, right?
Dude, for somebody that retired, he has had like several movies.
He's had so many movies.
It's like everybody, all the producers were like, "Okay, we're waiting until the announcement." And
I have to admit, though, since he's retired, the ones I've seen haven't been awesome.
Okay.
So he's been in a couple of things I was like, yeah, but nothing quite like what he was doing beforehand.
Okay.
I mean, the dude's old, but that doesn't mean you can't do great content.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bill Nighy. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. The roof sounds, dude. In You'll Never Find Me, it is the the atmosphere and the sound design of that, which Ruben, I think you'll appreciate just from a sound type of standpoint.
I loved all the sound designs in like films like Alien and stuff. It's like often what you don't see that make it scarier. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's what this is like. There's so much more heard than seen, and it's like, what am I? Am I supposed to see
I mean,
something? Is he seeing something? What's going
A
on?
Quiet Place is like 100% that, isn't it? And it's like the tiniest sound would scare the crap out of you.
Yes.
Anytime you make a noise in the cinema, people are like, "You shut up."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, and that is any time.
Yeah.
So Lovia, hello, not hell, hello. Yep, our last podcast of the month. Bring
Yay.
on April. If you blink, it's going to be October. So don't
quick.
do that. Chris Rett's laugh. Yes.
And stop calling me Shirley.
It looks like I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Emperor's New Groove. Yes, well done. Yeah, yeah, and yes, V for Vendetta. Yeah, got all three.
Nice.
I turned you into. I turned into a llama. It's like, you. Why would I turn you into a llama? It's like, I don't know. You're the criminal mastermind. Evil llama. Yeah, I love that so much.
Been turned into a cow. Can I go home? Oh, okay. Yeah, Yutaka shaved his wizard beard.
Okay.
Love it. Thriller suspense series. Oh, which give me chills. Okay, Ruben. Thriller suspense series.
Oh, he wants us to name a few.
Yes.
Everything on Apple. A Servant. Severance.
Severance, yes, which shouldn't be.
It shouldn't, but it is. It totally is. Yeah, those two are quality. The serial killer one, Blackbird. It's pretty suspenseful.
Blackbird is spectacular. Yeah. Shining Girls has some fun to it also.
Shining Girls, yeah. So there you go. 4 titles. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, much for Lebanon again.
Yay,
General,
Lebanon.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome back.
Don't raise the bar for Shogun. But
Even if it's amazing, that used to ruin the experience for me. No, I agree. If I go in with it, cinematography looks good, I'll enjoy it for that, and then anything else is like a bonus. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I almost deleted a comment and I didn't even mean to. Second Severance. Yeah, that is the most. I don't even understand why that's.
I don't know why the second season hasn't come out yet.
They're filming it, or they're almost done filming it, something like that. But come on, with this show, you don't want to rush it too much.
True. You want. It's the quirkiness and the weirdness of the series, and I just feel like that takes time. That this is a show that takes time to get right.
Exactly. So okay. Where do we go there? I lost all kinds of stuff. Ruben, should we continue on?
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
I'm going to talk about a series I haven't seen all the episodes of. I actually just started watching it today. I'm 3 episodes in, so I've seen the first 3. But Disney, out of nowhere, dropped this series called Renegade Nell. And I was amazed at it because I wanted to love it. I wanted it to be good. But you never know with a Disney series. Like, they often are just not that quality. But Renegade Nell was such a breath of fresh air. It's set in the 1700s. So there you can have a look on the picture. That's the sort of clothes you have. One of the characters from Dairy Girls. So, Chris, you will be all in that. Yeah, Orla. You have this quirky, fun, banterish dialogue. Very English in nature, but it's fun. And then you have the heart. It starts off with a girl returning to her father, who hasn't seen her father. It's an estranged relationship, but she comes to see her father and the sisters. Something goes wrong and she has to go on the run with her sisters. And she, for some reason, has powers when she's in danger. And the powers I'm talking about is she's quite strong. She seems to know martial arts and has a friend that's a fairy. who is what's his face from
Nate from Ted Lasso.
Nate from Ted Lasso, and I gotta say he's quirkily weird and funny so far of what I've seen. It has a surprising amount of heart to start with, so you're totally on board for the characters. Like you're rooting for them. There's a classic sort of Sherwood Forest, like Robin Hood sort of feeling. Highwaymen are bad, that they're stealing from people on the highway, but they kind of need that because the law or the good guys in power supposedly are actually the bad guys. And so you have that Robin Hood sort of story. The fighting is very believable. It's really fun. It's shown in a way with the camera work is excellent. The aristocrats is exactly what you'd expect it to be, and the way they talk, and pompous and ridiculous. Back in the day, men wearing wigs, makeup, stockings, and high heels. Did you know that's where high heels actually come from, Chris? Men wore them first. You know those big clunkers? That's where high heels come from. So, women, you can thank us men for having to be in pain to supposedly look good and wearing these things that are like stilts.
Well, and that I think most things that are pushed onto women that are painful like or uncomfortable corsets can be thanked men.
Try wearing a corset. Yeah.
No.
If you have a look at that picture, you can see the quirkiness. So those are the two sisters. Nell is the one that kind of dresses like a man. She's often mistaken for a man because women just don't dress like that. And she's the one that kind of has to protect the family. But along the way, she picks up an extra band of ruffians to kind of call her a gang. And one of them is one of the actors from Fear the Walking Dead. He's a weird, quirky character, the weirdest character in Fear the Walking Dead. And then in this, he works perfectly. Think like a lesser extravagant Jack Sparrow. He is a highwayman himself and likes to disguise things. Let me find his name because I really like him as an actor. Frank Delane. He plays Charles Devereaux. And he is a lot of fun in this. So Louise Harland, who plays Nell Jackson, she kind of works in tandem with Frank Delane. And they rob people. But at the same time, there's a huge mystery of what happened to something at the beginning. What's happening with her supernatural powers. As well as there's this throughout thread of supernatural entity, bad guys, that's threaded not just on her side, but on the other side. So people in power, they have power. It's really different. I love the idea of this. So whether it sticks the landing, I don't know, but I highly recommend it so far. This came out of the blue. It was good fun.
Nice. Yeah, I just started seeing advertisements for it this week. And the quirkiness and the tongue-in-cheek silliness of it... that wasn't overbearing. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it was still balanced within some drama and some action. Yeah. But it was lighthearted enough to make me want to.
It's very lighthearted. You won't need to take it too seriously. It's serious enough for you to root for the characters. Like there's emotion, there's danger. You don't believe that they're going to win all the time because they don't. They lose people, that kind of thing. But also don't take it too seriously because it does things that just aren't possible. It's a fantasy series set in the aristocrat 17th, and the disparity between those that are rich and those that are poor, and those that are in power are rich and those that are poor aren't. Don't have power. It's all of that, but in this kind of fantasy setting, which is a lot of fun. They're already working on the second season.
Wow!
It hasn't actually been greenlit, but the scripts are being written in prep. So if people watch it, they'll get more.
Awesome. Well, and this is the second type of highwayman type of show, because Apple has the completely made up adventures of Dick Turpin.
Dick Turpin, yeah.
Yeah, with Noel Fielding. And that one also is a little bit of fantasy mixed in. It's a comedy. It's not too much, you take it, you can't take it seriously too much. Yeah. That one, though, I found you had to watch it in small bursts because the humor in it and everything, the whole setup became kind of grating in long
I think bunches. This is more serious. Like the humor comes from the dialogue, but it's not silly like Dick Turpin is.
Okay. So it makes watching easier and like you want to binge more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Cool. I have, let's see here. I'm writing down a time code. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with me or not, but
Okay.
I just want
So,
to talk about
this isn't the best thing. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I've heard only good things about this. From most of the people that said the first one was absolute nonsense, they've said that Winnie the Pooh 2, for some reason, is actually good.
Well, it's crazy when you have a little bit more money. So they hired a writer who
Thank you.
fleshed out some stuff and made it. We actually have a story now. What I like is that while you don't have to see the first one to see this one, they have not thrown the baby out with the bathwater, even though they have retconned the first movie.
Oh.
The first movie is a movie within this.
Wow.
So it becomes a little meta.
So I could totally just watch 2.
Yes. Which, let me tell you, the story, light years better. The makeup, the gore, the cinematography.
I mean,
all
just
of
from
this.
that picture alone, I'm like, wow, the monsters actually look like monsters now.
Oh yeah, no, they have and they can move some. You know what I mean? And so
yeah, they've
like
actually okay, so this is where the budget has gone into.
this,
Making the
yes,
monsters look good.
and
But look at
it
that
is-
shot as well. That's actually, for like cinematography, central wise, it's filmed well.
No, it is the whole thing. I mean, some of the acting is a little, and sometimes they feel like they've lost what they were trying to say. Or
But I mean, that's horror in general, isn't it? Acting
sometimes
low
it's
budget
not
B
always-
horror movies.
Yeah. And honestly, I was willing to overlook that because I was actually invested in the story somewhat. I mean, it gives us a reason to want to find out what's going on. Christopher Robin in this, he's a central character now, not just these
All right. Well, it should be. It's part of the Pooh lore.
excuse me, yeah. Well, the characters, the woodland, our Pooh and his friends, they are still maniacal killers. But there's something else that surrounds this killing of it, and it makes it more investing. Like, you care about some of the characters, you care about what they're doing, and not all of them. Some of them, I'm just there to watch you die, and that's okay.
That's the best fun there. Yeah.
Oh, it is. I mean, Owl. Somebody had said in my comments, Owl does not look like an owl. It looks more like a hawk, which I can agree with. But whatever.
They're in human form, man. Come on.
Yeah, we have
Oh,
Tigger.
look at that. What is that? Who is that?
That's Tigger.
Holy crap, that's scary.
Yeah,
That is gross.
yeah. There's backstory with
Who's the
how
kid? Is that Christopher Robin?
um
When he was young.
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, cool.
But there's actual lore that's built into this. And because it was a Fathom event type of thing, so you pay extra and it's a limited run. It was like 3 nights in the U.S. I don't know. Maybe they're going to expand it after this. I don't know. But beforehand, there was an interview with the 2 producers, and so they're talking about it. But they're not only talking about this movie and how the improvements that they made and what they did, like even, with the masks and the makeup and all the gore and everything in the story, but then how they're expanding the universe so that, like what we talked about last week, there is the Poohniverse that is coming.
Yes.
And blatant ripoff of Avengers. I don't even care. But they talked about characters that they're introducing: Mad Hatter, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Bambi. So you have these things, Snow White maybe even, where it's going to become their own monster universe, which I love. I think now seeing this, because of what they've done with a little bit of budget,
Yeah.
they've made something that's better. there are little nods to a couple
But
of
you know
the
what? There's
upcoming
actually a
movies.
gap in the market because the MCU have let everybody down. They had their universe, and it's just kind of gone. The DCU is all over the place.
Well, and even Universal's or
Monsterverse, yeah.
Monsterverse is
That's done. So we have a gap in the market for, and now they have this low budget Monsterverse coming from the titles that people are already kind of want to see what they do with it. If they continue the trend of where they're kind of good, they may end up making a lot of money on this franchise.
I think so because they need to continue to up the quality of it. You know, they can't just run with, oh well, the first Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey was terrible.
Yeah.
And so by comparison, the second one is like God tier.
Yeah.
Because I mean the disparity is massive.
Yeah.
But you can't ride on that. You have to continue to improve on it.
From the quality of number 2, you can't go back to what it was. No. That
Exactly.
Because that will kill the franchise. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And I gotta say, watching, because I took the whole family, and the theater experience was not as awesome as it was when we saw the first
Yeah,
one.
because the first one, you said it was great.
It was. Well, and that's because everybody in the theater was laughing at the movie. Here, we weren't laughing at the movie. I mean, we were all like, holy crap, wait a minute, this has a story. And I'm beginning to care about certain characters, and I'm invested in what's going on. You know what I mean? And so there were funny moments. I would laugh with that. I would laugh at some of the ridiculousness. I would laugh at the kills. There are some great brutality, where appendages are used, and they're gnarly weapons. And some of the special effects are stupid. I mean, you see it coming, and yet I still want to see it coming, even though it's going to be just terrible, and I don't care.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think
I really want to see it.
Yeah, the takeaways from this are you don't need to see the first one. The story is there. There is a story. There is a reasoning. There is depth to that. There are some slow parts to it. There are portions where we have conversations that go on for far too long. Sometimes that's because the actors in the scene all look like they forgot what the scene was about, and so they're trying to remember the lines to you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is not a perfect movie. This is not, I mean, but by itself, it's fun.
How many poos did you give it? I mean, couches did you give it?
3.5.
Wow. Okay.
I had fun with it. It was really like, I will watch this again.
Okay.
Compare
it to another slasher.
Gosh.
Because that's the true test. Like, original Scream.
Oh, come on. That's...
I Know What You Did Last Summer, or Urban Legends. Lesser quality.
Like, if I compared it to, like, one of the Final Destination movies, the acting and the story is better in Final Destination.
Right.
But the gore and the gruesomeness and the brutality is so much better.
Ooh, okay.
In this one.
I really want to watch it, and theoretically it's out, but I can't find it anywhere in the UK. Like, it's released in the UK.
Oh.
But it's not...
near
no
you
one's
at
showing
all.
it. No, like,
Yeah.
no one's showing it. I looked at all the cinema chains.
Oh, well, here it was only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
That was the only days it was showing. So now maybe it will come back, and they'll have a regular
Maybe it'll
run
be
for
digital
it.
quick as well.
Could be. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me...
Should we go to the comments?
Yes.
You going to do your time code?
I want to do my time code first. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Let's see here.
Would everybody like some more ASMR?
Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Let's see here. Yale wants to know if wants to be creepy and ask where we're from.
Sure. Earth.
Pluto.
No.
No, I'm from California in the United States.
I'm from South Africa originally, but I'm now British.
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 Proper, right? Isn't it?
In it.
All right. I think this is some of the thrillers or something like that. The Burning Girls.
Yeah, that's excellent.
What is that?
As soon as you remember, you'll be like, oh yeah, the Burning Girls. It's very good.
Why don't I... Who's in it? I don't even know.
What do you mean, who's
Samantha
in it?
Morton. No, I didn't see this.
You didn't watch the Burning Girls?
No. It's funny. It was a Paramount Plus, but apparently it's not on Paramount Plus in the U.S. I don't know. Yeah, no, I've never seen this.
Yeah, this was really good.
Is it really good? Okay, cool. It's a mini series. I do like that.
Yeah, one and done.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool. Shiny. Yeah, I can't wait for second season of Severance. I believe is what we were talking about there. Yeah.
Cool.
Joe. Yeah.
Oh wow! Really?
He's the host of Deal or No Deal.
That's mental. I might be interested in watching that. I like Joe McNeil.
How do you say
that? Manganiello.
Have another drink and then say it. I want to see. I hope that...
How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. Manganiello? Niello?
Manganiello? Manganiello?
Yeah, sure. M.
Okay.
Joe M. Wouldn't it be funny if the banker was Howie Mandel?
I guess. I don't understand the show, so like that means nothing to me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Going back to Renegade Nell, yes. Orla from Dairy Girls, and want to watch just for her. Me too. Shiny. That's why I was originally like, ooh, I mean, it looks cool, but I was like, I was like, that's Orla. Let's go.
Shiny, going back to Shiny, I want to know 311. Why particularly that number? Were you creating a name and it just went, oh, this is available 311, or did you choose 311 because that number's special to you? Like, have you eaten 311 Cheetos at one time for a competition, or picked your nose 311 times and then like you're like, yeah, that's definitely a will, and then you took like the snot that you got from your nose and you like rolled it into a ball, and then you like used it into a ball for bowling. And anyway.
Yeah, no, or from the band 311. So there's another.
There's a band
possibility. Okay, moving on. Yes, there is a band.
Have to look that up.
311. Yeah. There's a Ken Watanabe version of Unforgiven. What?
No, he just made that up.
That what? I mean, she made that up. Are you looking this up? Are you looking this up?
No.
I need to know. Okay. I need to know what it's called.
I mean, I love anything that Ken Watanabe is in. So
yeah, he's so good. Let's see here.
Also, Love Vare. What are you drinking? Is it coffee or tea?
In the picture?
In the picture.
Well, if it was like my high school Spanish teacher, it was whiskey.
Oh.
All day long.
Well, I'm drinking bourbon at the moment, so.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, his was in a coffee mug, so we couldn't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to hide it.
Yeah. He got funnier as the day went on.
Oh, you got better? Yeah, I had a youth teacher that used to, a youth group teacher used to drink cough medicine in a mug, cough syrup in a mug, and then he used to take us driving in his van and do like wheelies on two wheels. And only years later did we find out that all that time he was very drunk.
When you say youth, you mean like church youth?
Yeah, like church youth, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. All the good stuff from church.
Yes.
Cheers.
Niket wants to know if we've seen the movie Land of Bad from 2024. It's got Liam Hemsworth, Russell Crowe. It's got another Hemsworth brother, Luke. I've not seen this. Yet? Yeah, it's on Prime. You can rent or buy it on Prime. I don't know when it actually came out. It came out in February. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna put that on my list. I like all of those people.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
It's got Milo Venta.
Ricky Whittle. Excellent. Okay.
Who's Ricky Whittle?
You don't know Ricky Whittle?
He's from Lancashire. I don't know anything other than that. What is that?
He was in American Gods. He was the Shadow Moon, the main character.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch.
Which I loved.
I've not seen American Gods.
Okay.
So I know it's Neil Gaiman, and
I've just realized how much you haven't seen in this podcast, Chris.
Dude, there's so much. Come on. Poohniverse is going to be its own thing. Yes, it is, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't know if you're excited for that or if the comment is like, oh, it's going to be its own thing. Which, yes.
When I poo, it is definitely a Poohniverse.
Yeah, exactly. Bunny Dojo, Rabbit Karen, Bun Fun. No, we have not talked about Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah. So you came at the right time. Yeah.
Oh, you're seeing it again an hour. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's more of Kong's story than anything, but yes.
That's exactly what I said in my review. I thought it should have been Kong's story.
Yeah. It was with a little bit of Godzilla in there. Yep. See, 311.
Okay. I think I saw them once on. There's this YouTube channel, the Tiny Desk place. It's like it's called Tiny Desk.
Oh, NPR. Right?
NPR, and they have like it's a small enclosed, small
like
people
a library
around.
Almost.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's really weird, and that's where I found it like some excellent, really. Yeah, I think I saw them there.
Okay. Cool. Son of Soil's confirming Burning Girls is great, and the end is going to break my heart, because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
It's been a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Was that we caught up?
Yep, we're caught up.
Sweet.
So we'll come back in a little bit and talk more on the comments. But
you didn't say what's mine say, and I'm not sure about our friendship anymore, if I'm honest.
Wait, what did you say? Sweet
I
or
said
dude?
Sweet. I said sweet.
Dude, what's mine say?
Sweet.
Dude, what's mine say?
You guys are idiots. And yes, we are.
Yes, and the movie does not hold up.
No, it doesn't. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Okay. For another series that you can't talk about because it's not in the US for whatever reason.
Dude.
I don't get it at all. This is actually a Netflix original. Like,
I was searching because there have been a couple of times on Netflix where something is scheduled to come out and I look at midnight and it doesn't come out. But by the morning, it is out in the US.
It's there. Yeah. That's typically like Japanese or Korean stuff. They have like a scheduling later. Yeah.
So this one I was like, maybe that's what it is. I kept refreshing, even logging in on like my laptop and everything just to see, well, maybe it's a browser issue. Maybe it's something like that. I could not find this at all. And then I finally I read the one line in the press release where it did not talk about the U.S. at all. It listed all these other other regions.
Oh, I would highly recommend using a VPN. I know that's a gray area, but I'm fine with it. If I pay a subscription.
Yeah, I already pay for Netflix. So.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, okay. So Ronja, the Robber's Daughter, is based on the book, not the animation, but both are very well beloved. The book is one of those, to put in perspective, like a book that kids would read when they're young, or parents would read to their kids. It's a very Swedish lore, very close to the heart. So when the Swedish people heard that this was coming out, it was like, oh, Netflix, oh no, because there's actually a film that's been done with this, and people love it. Like it's very well received. But surprisingly, most Swedish people that commented on my review said they really enjoyed what Netflix did with it.
Really?
Now, for me, I loved it to a point because there's 6 episodes, but it reaches a crescendo. Like there's a big event happening with all our characters, because we followed Ronja, who is the main protagonist, but then we follow her people, the robbers that she's with. We follow people like in a village. They've created a bit of a story, as far as I can tell, that wasn't in the book, and another like, so all these stories are coming to a head, like a big moment, a big action moment, thriller. It all heads up and it ends just before that's going to happen, like literally ends, like on the way to sort of mid stride. And I was just like, are you kidding? Now apparently the next 6 is coming this year. I don't know when.
Okay,
so that's good. So maybe they're still dealing with editing and stuff, but that's not a reason not to watch it, because it's very endearing. It's a slice of life in a fantastical wooded area. It's about a young girl that is born under the banner of something mystical, supposedly, and she has to come to terms with what it means to be the daughter of a guy, her father, who is the band of robbers that kind of stakes out these woods. But the woods have their own dangers. There you have one, for example, massive bird-like creatures that speak and talk, that love young kids. They love the blood of young children.
that's what I was going to ask. They love young kids. Is that to eat or to talk with?
Hello, let's play chess. No, they want to eat you. And then there are a number of other dangerous or mystical elements in this forest, but that is just an everyday occurrence in this story. And mostly you just follow Ronja as she makes friends. She comes to terms with what life is. She goes out on adventures, just exploring the wonder of a forest. As she grows up, she's allowed to do more and more, but always told that she has to come back by night because the forest is so much more dangerous. So it's like slice of life. And then in amongst that, we have this mystery that's unfolding about like her past. What has happened to, I can't say that's a spoilers. There is a big story element to this that is creeping in. That is what the crescendo is at the end of the 6th episode, where I was going, are you kidding? It's beautifully filmed. It's weirdly filmed. Like it's I think it's very culture specific. It's very Swedish. The dialogue, the story, how it's told, and none of that is wrong. It's just different. It's like the way they speak, the way they act, even is different. The way they are with each other, it brings up a weird morality issue, and that was hard for me sometimes. And I think it was on purpose to know who you're rooting for, because the band of robbers are wonderful. Like, they are a family through and through. They would kill for each other. They would do anything for each other. But at the end of the day, they are just robbing people on the highway and taking all their goods. Now, they don't kill anybody. They don't hurt anybody. They are like, just, we can take your stuff and you can go your way. In fact, at like one point, like the leader says to this one guy, okay, we've robbed you 3 times this year. You now have a pass for the rest of the year. We won't steal from you anymore. You come and go, do what you like. And the guy's, he's like, okay, thanks. Like, he's happy, but also like, why are you being so nice? This is a weird exchange. You've just robbed me and stolen my stuff, and yet you're so nice and friendly. And so it's that sort of thing. So at the same time, I'm like, these guys are amazing. They're wonderful to be around. They're genuinely good people, and not.
Well, and at least you come to a point where, dude, you've robbed me already so many times this year. I got nothing left.
So the village is upset because the sheriff that's supposedly meant to be looking after them hasn't done anything. And so the village hires someone else, and who is actually good at like tracking and shopping and talented. And there's a whole big story there, which is interesting. But for the most part, I just care about Ronja. And I think Ronja, the actress, plays it beautifully. There's a little bit of like a love interest for her, but mostly it's her, I guess, her wonder at the world, the innocence of a child experiencing things for the first time, even the fantastical nature of it. And that, for me, was like really fun to watch. And if you were ever to encounter some fantastical creature, how would you act? Would you run away screaming, or would you be like a Harry Potter character and want to know more and be mysterious and put your finger in that hole that you shouldn't do, because that is the sort of mischievousness that she gets up to, and it was just fun to watch.
Nice,
beautiful series. Sorry you haven't seen it, Chris.
Yeah. I'm glad it's good.
Yeah,
because it was one of these that I'm like, yes, I really want to see it.
Yeah, this is definitely your sort of cup of tea. It's different, different culture. And you know, you like all of that, so
I do. Yes, and I like the
law.
Scandinavian,
Scandinavian,
Swedish and Norwegian,
exactly.
Finnish. Yeah,
the law's so different, not what we're used to. So it's nice to have that freshness to it. Yeah,
exactly. Cool.
You got anything else?
I'm gonna talk about Godzilla X Kong.
Okay, yeah, that was on my list as well. So
okay,
great.
Yeah, it's fun. This is what I mean. You have not seen Godzilla -1, right?
No.
Okay. You can't compare the movies.
No, you compare this one to the other ones in this franchise. Yeah,
exactly.
Because Godzilla -1 has got nothing to do with this.
No, and it is so good
serious
as far as story-wise and everything. Yeah. This one, I mean, come on. It is Kong's story, really. I mean, it shouldn't have been Godzilla X Kong. It should have been Kong with a side of...
If they wanted Godzilla in this, they should have had him in this.
Yeah, he was a cameo.
I mean, there is good, probably 15-20 minutes of Godzilla in this when you break up the moments of him in it. But in a 2-hour odd-ish movie, or was it longer than 2 hours? Yeah, it's all Godzilla.
Right under 2 hours, I think. Yeah.
Sorry, Kong. Not Godzilla.
Yeah. So it is like, I enjoyed Kong's story. I enjoyed the Scar King, his design. Yeah. Also, you know what I mean, because he's crazy tall, like all of them. He's more lanky.
He's like orangutan. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then the other like some of them, like the Kong encounters, not only apes, but some of them look like chimpanzees.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's why we get that like orange fur. So we don't quite know what they are, because it's so many thousand years ago that they originated. They're in the New Earth. I gotta say, I love the New Earth. Love it,
dude. The lore for that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool, different.
And I'm honestly glad that we spent more time in Hollow Earth and then New Hollow Earth versus up on top of land, because we've seen destruction up there already.
Yeah, we don't need it. You know.
Yeah. It did help add scale, though. That was one thing that I was missing.
It's exactly what I said in my review. I forgot that they were big. I thought they were normal size until they went on Earth, like above Earth, and then we are ants. And I'm like, oh crap, they're the size of skyscrapers.
Yeah, that was the one thing I wish we would have had more human type elements within these shots, only for scale purposes. You know, because we can't even tell if the trees are large or small. You know, because if everything's big, well, then they all might as well be small also. Or if they're just, you know, or maybe they are. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a nitpick, I know.
Yeah.
Dude,
I love him. His story is awesome, but also there's a moment, isn't there, when he first meets Kong, that I was like, what age restriction is this?
Yeah, so unexpected. You're like, holy crap, what in the world? I mean, he became a little bit like Gollum to me.
I see.
Because, you know, there were parts where he's leading Kong along, and he keeps looking back and like, you know, come hobbits, you know, precious. So, but no, it was fun. It was great. I do like the emotion that he then brought, you know, later.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
I agree. But I like the building of that character. I thought it was so realistic to what he's grown up with. He's only known one thing, and then meeting Kong, he would expect that thing to be the same thing. Yeah. And so as that dynamic changes, you see the growth in the story. I was like, holy crap, there's actual growth in characters in monkeys. You're like, they've forgotten about the humans, which is awesome. But the humans in this, I actually had a lot of fun with, more so than I've had in other of the films.
Agreed.
Dan Stevens, I love him in this. I thought he's just brilliant.
What did Brian Tyree Henry call him? Something like a hippie. Oh gosh,
what was that? That was brilliant. That's
it was funny too. Yeah,
it was funny. Anyway, yeah. So he reminded me of like a Guardians of the Galaxy sort of captain character, especially when he's flying around in his like spaceship, and with the score music that they decided to use, which I thought was brilliant. It really lightened the atmosphere and made it more adventurous. I was just like, man, they're just taking it. They're like, yeah.
The ship did look like one of the ships that they flew in Guardians.
Yeah, it did.
At one point. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, they did like this big fight, the climactic fight that leads to the climactic fight on Earth's surface.
Yeah, the fight before they go to the surface was something I never expected to see in cinema. But the best way I can say it without spoiling it is if you've ever wanted to see Kong and Godzilla do an anime fight.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's what you get. It's flipping brilliant.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. It was great. And the way that it made sense worked also.
Oh, it worked because they had been building up the story and the lore with the new world. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like pure escapism nonsense. I started going down the bad path of where my son and I were discussing it, and they're like, yeah, but if you can't apply any sort of logic to this, you have to just go, I'm watching giant titan monster dinosaurs fight each other, and one of them is now becoming half transformer because he's got a bionic arm sort of thing. You know, and Godzilla's spikes is now pink for story element purpose.
Which they explain, which I
they
like.
Did. It was great. Except for him, like, Godzilla puts his dominance on everything. Godzilla needs to be, we need some story for Godzilla. I feel like Kong is so intelligent, and even the way he tries to, when he sees Godzilla at one point, when he's trying to get him to come with, and he's like, well, it's like I feel so sorry because Godzilla's like not having it.
Yeah, Godzilla has one mode. It's destroy.
Yeah, exactly. There's a character that I think I was really sad about in one of the movies, and in this movie I'm really happy about. I don't want to say who it is because it's a surprise. It's a part of the big story element. A Titan, let's just say a Titan. That was beautiful, wonderful. I do have one little issue though. There's a young girl that is connected to the story. And I want to know
from the other one, from the Kong movie.
Yeah, from the Kong from Skull Island. Yeah, I thought she was fine. She was great, really fun. I like her connection, the emotionality, all of that. I just had issue with her becoming Aang, the Last Airbender, because her clothing, her dress sense, her ability to control things, and then suddenly her ability to be with Titan from one location to another without needing any sort of spaceship or oxygen. I was just like, I know I'd put a bunch of things aside, but now I'm like, oh, we're just magic now. Cool.
Yeah, but see, I kind of bought that because of the build up beforehand. We've been shown a connection there, and because of where it's so hard to talk about without spoiling.
Yeah, things. It is. Yeah.
But because of where they go and who's living there, like for me, I was willing to accept that part that they're just because again, we're in a world that has a giant lizard and a gigantic monkey. Right?
Yeah, so magic is not far past that.
No, yeah, and portals to that open up in the earth.
Yeah,
so,
we've established that already, so it's fine. Yeah. Okay. The Bunny Dojo said, "I love how and where Godzilla sleeps." Yes, one of my favorite things with the movie is where Godzilla sleeps, where he lies.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
I just thought that's so arrogant and brilliant all at the same time. I love it.
It was so funny. I kept waiting for, in How to Train Your Dragon, where Toothless like spits all the fire around to make it warm and then curls up.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for
That would have
Godzilla
been
to kind of
awesome. Yeah, they missed a beat there for sure. Yeah.
Okay, here's the question though, because I said it in my review because I wasn't sure if that's what it if it was or not. Maybe I was seeing things or whatever. But the opening, the first time we see Godzilla, did it look like it was a little bit more rubberized, or it felt like it was from like the 60s type of movie with Ultraman?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, his shape and stuff was different. I don't know if I think they maybe it's like a homage that they did that thing. Yeah.
That's what I thought they were doing.
Yeah.
But you know,
there's a moment where he jumps off a pyramid and he's doing like this fly lizard thing, and even there the model looks very like original. Which it was also crazy. Like I was just like, "What the hell are you doing? You can't fly. What are you doing?" So funny.
I can watch.
Yeah, I'm Godzilla. I can do anything.
Oh, awesome.
It's just a lot of fun, man. I really needed that. Like
it is. Yeah, it was just. Yeah, it is. It's that dumb escapism.
I would watch it again, and I mean, I think I've watched all of these once more, like at home. I bought Monsters, the one with Mothra and
King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters. That was my favorite. Yeah. I'd have to watch this one again to see if it like beats that, because King of the Monsters had the alien kaiju Hydra. Yeah, and that was incredible. That was such a great. That whole fighting was brilliant and brutal.
Yeah.
But this had such adventure and creativeness to it. Like the new world is wonderful. The creature creations that are just there, that are just like, oh, there's hundreds of titans, like just different style, and what is that? Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Should we hit up comments?
Yeah.
Hit that up the chat for a little bit. Okay.
Let's hit them up.
Cool. Norway is good. From Ivan the Music Man. Yes, I don't live there, but I love all their content. A lot of their content, not all the content.
Well, I just want to point out that my battery has lasted 1 hour and almost 30 minutes. So for whoever said
Chris,
last week
that
who was
Chris
going, Chris.
The over-under. Yeah. Wow. And watch, Ruben's battery's going to die like in just a second.
It is on red.
Okay. Okay. So Chris Retzlaff said, I did the 200th rewatch of Big Trouble in Little China.
You've watched that 200 times? I mean, it's fun, but it's not... Wait. Oh, yeah. No, I know which one. I thought he was talking about Showdown in Little Tokyo. No, Big Trouble in Little China is awesome. Yeah. All right, that is going on the watch list. Like flipping heck. What in the hell have you been doing? Chris Retzlaff, can you believe this nonsense? I mean, you've watched it 200 times. Surely you have something to say about that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes. And then going back to the game show, in which we will not mention, the banker will be Howie for sure. He's an executive producer.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Niket wants to know if we've seen Seven Psychopaths.
Yeah,
I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's got Sam Rockwell, which is always great. Okay, going back to the Ken Watanabe remake of
Japanese
Unforgiven.
Remake. Same title.
Oh, same title. Oh, okay. And they were drinking hot chai tea latte in the picture.
Okay, nice. I like chai tea. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that TT?
Yeah, don't say chai. Where's that from? That's so funny.
Across the Spider-Verse.
That's right. Just say tea.
Yeah, non-bread.
Or chai latte. Yeah. bread. Yeah.
So funny. Goodness. Okay, Ruben, have you watched? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, yes. Son of Soils. That tells you how far behind we are in the chat, but yes, Ruben did.
Yes, I've seen the Robber's Daughter, the Studio Ghibli. I didn't realize it was Studio Ghibli's animation series, but it is. The animation is beautiful. Yeah.
Nice. Bunny Dojo. Yes, Godzilla, like the earlier Showa Godzilla movies. Yeah, -1. I mean, come on, it's so good. Yeah, and the variety. You want Solo Godzilla next.
I don't know if they're going to be doing that anymore because it's a big franchise universe. So it'd have to be like Kong is out sick and Godzilla's got to do something to bring him back.
Kong is out sick.
Yeah, he's got a cold.
Well, he is I mean, they did establish the lore in this one about their realms.
Oh, territory. Yeah.
Yeah. So that could happen there. And because of the Monarch series and then even what we saw in this movie, they showed that there were a whole bunch of other Titans still on the surface of Earth. Yeah. So I guess doing their own thing. I don't know. I don't understand that and how Godzilla just
I want to see
go
Godzilla fight the mechs from Pacific Rim. Like that sort of thing.
Dude.
Yeah.
I watched Pacific Rim just a couple weeks ago. I rewatched it.
It's a great film.
I love it. Yeah. I was so down on it the first time I ever watched it. I was like, oh, this is going to be stupid and everything.
It's Gamera.
I know. And Idris. And but it was fun. I mean, but I watched it again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why was I sitting on this again? I love it.
Yeah.
So, Badger, perhaps the time has come for a Marvel Godzilla movie. Kong becomes the new Ant-Man. Oh my gosh.
Oh, imagine that.
Dude. Well, especially because Kong could get big too. You know what I mean? Oh, and there went Ruben's camera.
Yeah, that's true. I'll go and swap that.
That could be a lot of fun. I think because of all the competing studios, we won't get that. But that would be just a crap ton of fun to watch. Just all out mayhem, right? Of all the monsters. I mean, it'd be like Super Smash Brothers or something like that, where you just have all kinds of IPs coming in together. And they're just having a lot of fun and playing. And the story would probably be crap because it would be very difficult, I think, to figure out a way to incorporate all of the characters in a story that made sense other than, hey, let's just throw them all in here and let them go ham on each other.
Just throw them in.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yep. Ruben, have you seen Sasaki and Peeps?
No. Never heard of that.
Green Inferno, that is, wait, let me look it up just to be sure of the one I'm thinking of. I didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of boring, honestly. I mean, there's some brutal parts
Green
to
Inferno?
it. Yeah, it's the one from 2013, Eli Roth's.
Yeah, don't get me started with Eli Roth.
I mean, I went in, and I think maybe some of it is I was expecting, like, you hear all the hype around it, and no, I don't know. I wasn't impressed with it. Which I think goes also to Eli Roth. I'm not that impressed typically with his stuff. Which
you should be worried about Borderlands then.
Well, see, I didn't play Borderlands. I haven't played Borderlands. So the trailer, teaser, whatever that is, that looks fun to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, though, I'm not connected to it like you would be, or a lot of gamers are. So, and which I can understand. Yeah, Ruben's battery lasted longer. Chris just got over my not liking The Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
And
never seen Big Trouble. Just made a better help appointment.
Wait, for me or you? Or both of us? Maybe for both of us. Oh, goodness. I know, yes. I have to watch. It actually is on a watch list for mine. I've never gotten around to it. It was one of those
so
that
weird.
I never...
It's like quintessential 80s. Is it?
I know. I think part of it
like that was actually big budget, not like the other nonsense you made me watch the other day.
What did I make you watch the other day?
It's like Starfinder or something. Some kid with
the Last Starfighter. Shut up. That was a great movie too. No, but it. I think it was because of like my upbringing. I just wasn't allowed to watch it, you know. And so then
it does have magic and stuff in it.
Yeah, and once I kind of got the autonomy to watch other things were out.
Right.
And then I just never went to it. I don't know. That's a terrible
We should do a watch along. I want to see your face when you see certain things.
We could do a watch party one time. You know what I mean? Like everybody watches it and we just do...
Let's do it.
commentary. No
Yeah.
drinking this. Well, I mean, you could drink if you want, but no
I'm
shots.
gonna
I
drink.
can't
I'm
do
drinking
that.
now. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I can't do shots again like that, though. I'm going to die. We didn't even make it through a 30-minute movie without
No.
being
No,
smashed off.
and that has so
noggins.
much cheesy nostalgia. Like, replaced any rule on it, we would be
Die.
like, in hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bunny Jojo, I've not read, but there is a Godzilla comic versus the Justice League.
What?
Also, the Power Rangers. Oh my
Wow.
gosh,
That's so cool.
that
I think. That has my head scratching.
it sounds funny. That's Okay, Ruben. So you're gonna like Sasaki and Peeps.
Why? Do you know me?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Sorry, that was really sassy.
Don't quite. Yeah. Well, maybe you need to water down the bourbon there a little bit. Wow. Getting a little snippy in the comments here.
Ruben needs to have less alcohol. Sasaki. Okay.
Sasaki. Yeah. Sasaki? I don't. Yes.
Sasaki. Oh, it's anime.
What have you been doing with your life?
I take it back. All right. I'm adding that. And it's on Crunchyroll. I'm adding it to my list. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, and Green Inferno. Yeah, there are some movies, or there are some parts in there that are gory and they're fun, but yeah, just move to the good parts there. That's good thing. Badger would like to do a watch along party, so
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll
have to.
Chris and I
we'll
will chat off screen and we'll
figure out a time to. Yes. No to Eli Roth.
I agree.
And I'm being called out by my wife. I don't remember seeing Big Trouble in Little China at all.
When you were dating.
Yeah.
You loved it that much. Brilliant.
And then she's throwing shade on Last Starfighter, too. What the heck?
See? Yeah, that film is so poo.
Yeah. Okay, Thanksgiving by Eli Roth. Thanksgiving was fun.
Actually, that was fun. That was way better than I'd forgotten that was even Eli Roth, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
and
feel
good
like
on
Eli
him.
Roth.
That was like one of his, like the ones that I'm like, ooh, yeah, that was surprisingly good and enjoyable. Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
General is laughing at you because you were like, do you even know me?
Who do even know me?
Man.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was great. All right. We'll come back to the comments in a little bit. Ruben, should we talk about the movie that we watched together?
I've still got one more thing to talk about.
Do you really? Okay.
I do, yeah.
What is that?
Don't just skip it. You have to ask me first, Chris.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ruben, what else is on your list?
Yeah, this will be a really short one. Instead of anime, it's an animated short section.
Okay.
So I guess you can call it anime.
It's under 9,000?
Yeah, it's under 9,000 minutes, yeah. Well done. And you're fired. I don't know if you're aware, but Spider-Man was meant to come out last week, part 2 of Into the Spider-Verse. And now it's been put back until forever. It doesn't actually has a release date. Yeah. However, they did do a short film and released it on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. And it's called Spider-Man Into the Verse short film. Spider Within. That's it. The Spider Within. What's really awesome about this short is it's Spider-Man, it's Miles Morales, dealing with a panic attack and almost like a, what do you call it? A sleep paralysis demon of some sort. Because he's trying to come to terms with what he's just gone through from the first 2 films. The girl he likes, the amount of work that he's behind on, like life is just so much for him. So it showcases really his mental health deteriorating. He's meant to have like a great night with his dad, and he goes into his room and just spirals out of control, and it's beautifully animated. But it is in connection with kevinlovefund.org, and that's all about mental health
Oh.
Yeah, and so that's kind of why they've done it. So if you're struggling with mental health, much like Chris Rett's life is now, because
Because of my lack of
yeah,
watching,
because
or at
you
least not remembering.
yeah. And so Sony did this as a kind of little reward. We're sorry that we haven't got the film out for you, but here's a short animated, and it's beautifully animated in the style that you expected. It's free to watch on YouTube, on their YouTube channel, and it's to do with mental health, encouraging people to go and talk about it, be aware of it. I think especially for guys, because sometimes we just don't talk about the stuff that we're going through, and I think you and I have a really good relationship when if we're struggling with anything, we chat to each other,
Yeah.
and kind of like not accountability, but you do well maybe a little like we do, say, how are you doing with this? What do you need to do? Maybe you should do something else. Don't leave it alone. I love this about this short that they just kind of like showcase what guys can go through, not just guys, but I know sometimes guys kind of get left behind because guys don't show their emotions. Like, well, yeah, we have as many and we go through as much, and there is help out there. So this is just one of the places. BetterHelp, you would have seen advertisements for that for everywhere. It seems like every YouTube channel is sponsored by BetterHelp these days, which means they're doing a good job. But yeah, if you love Spider-Man, you're going to love this. You're going to love the whole idea of it. And I was just like, oh, this is really cool. So I guess just kind of reminding us that Spider-Man verse still exists.
Yeah.
And they're still working on it. So yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool.
It's only 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now let's talk about the Chosen movie.
Chosen movie. This is Ruben's movie. Okay.
Just like really putting that out there.
I am. Well, from 1993, Ninja Scroll.
Ninja Scroll.
It's an anime.
Yep.
I loved the animation in this.
Okay.
It is gory, which
yes.
I appreciate. It is brutal.
Yep.
This is the one thing, though, that because I was even talking to my wife about this. I don't understand we're far enough into it, the rape and the domination that occurs against female protagonists.
It happens a lot, especially in the 80s. That was like the thinking, and they were showcasing like how men were just on top of it. But I like our protagonist was just not like, he didn't stand for that.
Yes, that was good. But I mean, I was actually shocked at there is a scene towards the beginning of the movie that lasted way longer than I thought it was going to. And it is...
I'd forgotten how long. I was like, oh, this is really...
It's uncomfortable. Yeah. The characters are weird.
They're so weird. Yeah.
The little sensei type of dude who wanders around and keeps offering 100 pieces of gold.
Yeah, like, you will join me. We've got the mission. We're serving the same interests at the moment. And then he disappears with his little long stick thing.
Yeah, exactly. Our main character, I mean, because he's gotten something happening to him every time, like just at random points, he's like, and then blood is just like coming out. I was like, ugh. I liked the different curses that they had on each other and what they meant for certain things.
Yeah. So even though that we had those scenes with the woman, I felt like they built it into the story where it mattered, because then because they had done that with the woman, there was consequences so she was used as a weapon in ways that we couldn't have foreseen, which I thought was clever.
Yes. There is a scene where our main guy is being held down by serpents. He's being attacked by serpents.
Yeah.
And the person controlling the serpents, I don't know exactly what the messaging is within this, but it's it could either be anti-female or cautionary female.
Right.
About where
where they stand in the chain of the food for men, basically.
And if you
do something wrong, you're done.
Yeah, and we see serpents come out of spots, and you're like, really? Okay, that's
So each of the ninja that are specialized in some way have their own abilities. This comes from a manga, so it
Okay.
was written. There is an anime series, and there's a second movie. But this
okay.
is much beloved. Like it's up there with Ghost in the Shell and Kira. Like those are like the three staples and around the same time as well.
Like I said, the animation, the fighting, the brutality, I thought was great. You have this
That
one
dude
dude who
was scary.
yes, and it just like the battle scenes with them were outstanding because they had to keep going. You know, and the same with the final dude that we watched too. I mean, he had his own thing, and I liked the resolution and how it resolved with him.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a what's his? I don't know any of their names, but
That's
there was
fine.
another one who was in the shadows, who would always be in the
that dude
shadows
was
and
cool.
had this hand type of
There's a
claw.
hook. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see it sometimes where it just splits people in half, and you're like, oh,
It's brutal. Yeah, it's absolutely gory. Like this is back when they didn't the watersheds of age restriction anime had just kind of crossed over. They hadn't really figured out what they were going to allow in anime. There's a lot of stuff that kind of creeped through the net, and this is definitely one of them. Because this film wouldn't get made today, for sure. That scene with a couple of scenes with the woman, you wouldn't get in anime today, even though you get brutal and gory. That we seem to allow that, but when it comes to female, and I think that's good. We have shown some progression in our way of thinking, so that the zeitgeist of even the animators and the writers, when that's adapted, showcase. But for me, I love the hero's journey in this. I love like the battles, all the different guys that he has to fight, and then the way it's showcased. It's beautifully done, and the score as well. I like that he is actually a really good guy to her, and she can't understand that because she's never had anyone treat her as a woman, only as a thing. Like she's a ninja or a thing for men, and suddenly she's treated differently, and you're like, yeah, imagine having that life. So on one hand, I think it's kind of showcasing what some women have gone through in culture, whatever, and then they frame it in this like anime ridiculous story.
yeah, no, it was. There was some emotional moments in here, a couple of beats where I was like, oh, wait a minute. No, you can't do that. Like, I became connected and attached to a couple of the characters, and you feel like,
There's a really beautiful moment, and it always catches me when our main protagonist needs help, and he has the ability to get what he needs from our female protagonist in a way, and even she's willing, right? But he reserves the right to say no, and he says no because he, I think, wants to show that she's worth more than just that.
yes.
Even at the expense of perhaps he might die, right? Which I thought was cool. That was a really cool moment. Yeah.
Well, and it shows a deepening of a relationship there.
Yeah.
Not only does it show his character, but it also shows just the
He actually cares. Yeah.
yeah.
They're not just like, they don't just have the same goal. No, well, at one point he chooses her instead of the mission. And I thought, okay, well, that shows a lot.
Yeah. It was fun. I liked this one. I mean, it was good. I was
Oh no, like I totally get it. Like I was like, because it's been a while since I've seen it. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Chris is watching this. Ooh.
yeah, because there's a couple of scenes at the beginning. Like one of them, like you would think you were watching just an R-rated.
Yeah, there's one scene where the shogun, the chief, is just going to town on another woman, and he's just having a conversation while he's doing that, and you're like, oh, but you get it. Like, I felt that was accurate to what would probably has happened, because so many stories that depict that women were used like that for men in that time. So like, yeah, but still, yeah, you're just like, oh, why?
Yeah. Okay, well, Ninja Scroll, 1993. Yeah. I have one to talk about that did not make my best of list.
Okay.
Do you have one for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll talk really briefly about it then.
Okay.
It is called The Beautiful Game, and it is on Netflix. It's about football, and it's actually...
I had screeners for this, but a screener for this, but I never got around to it.
I did not know that this existed. It is the Homeless World Cup.
Yeah, I had no clue that this was a thing. Yeah.
Didn't know. So it's a sports movie. It's inspiring. That's what you need to go in with. It's too long. It's like 2 hours and 5 minutes, and they drag out certain parts.
But it's Bill Nighy, right?
It is, and he's great. I mean, all of the characters within this are great. They give us some really good backstory on a couple of our key players, which I appreciate, because it really builds out who they are and why they're in their circumstance, how they got there. You know, it endears us to them. My biggest issues were one of the main characters who he departs the show or departs the story. And while it makes sense, okay, because he's struggling with a certain thing, I didn't like that because he disappears then from the story.
Right.
But also, our main character, it was Vinny, the main football player who Bill Nighy recruits for this team. He is the antagonist.
Oh, interesting.
Through so much of this, even though he's the one we're supposed to be rooting for. Okay. He does have a little bit of heart change here and there, but not enough where it goes, oh my gosh, he's learned from his past or his current mistakes or shortcomings, whatever, and has bettered himself. And so we don't get to see that massive change, and it becomes very, very hard, at least for me, to root for him at the end of the film. Because he comes across as spoiled, as entitled, and he's very talented. So it's not to take away from that, but he's just like, he's full of himself. You know what I mean? And so he sees himself, like he looks down his nose at all of his other teammates.
Okay.
And so that becomes hard. And then the character that leaves the story, Vinny is integral in that complication within the plot. And we don't get to see a true resolution through that. So I like what it's trying to do. I like what the story is bringing. I love that it has brought recognition to something that's real.
That's so cool that that's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you get to see, like, through some examples where people were scouted, like, especially like younger players who are homeless, were scouted and then got full rights to college.
Amazing.
So that meant they had,
awesome. Yeah.
You know, they had a place to live. They had a way to better themselves. All of these things, you know, regardless of what their circumstance was. There's another one from Japan, and the one that it really focuses on with that team is the coach, who isn't homeless.
Okay.
The coach, though, has all of these expectations on the team.
Right.
And she then, the growth that we watch in her is listening to her team and actually seeing them and seeing that winning is not the point. That it's the growth that they experience. They're having bright moments within their lives for the first time in who knows how long. You know what I mean? They had a great day, which is a win for them.
Yeah.
Regardless of how they didn't even have to step onto the pitch.
Yeah.
So that's what, it did tie in really well because my wife and I started Welcome to Wrexham, and we binged all of season 1 this week.
Nice.
So
Love Wrexham.
yeah, so it tied in really well, seeing, just both with football and everything else.
So when you compare it to other emotional sports movies, like the one with Sandra Bullock and American football.
The Blind Side?
Yeah, The Blind Side. We're talking Any Given Sunday, Jerry Maguire, Rudy. All of those. Like, where does this sit?
Ruby's top tier. Rudy is top tier for me, and so it's hard to do that because it's such an underdog story within there. This one, when your underdog is also
your antagonist, that's difficult.
It's tough, and so that was that was really the biggest hurdle to get over, and I didn't get over all of it.
Because where that works, like films like The Mighty Ducks, the antagonist is the coach, and the coach transforms along with it. That works. He learns, there was one with Keanu Reeves called Hardball, I think. That was really good. And he had to do community time. And and then he learns through, was it baseball? Maybe baseball that he was teaching these kids,
Okay. Well, even The Replacements with him. Well, that's more of a comedy, but it's still...
Was it him in Hardball?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of Ben Affleck.
There was the Way Back with Ben Affleck in basketball. Oh. So anyway, there's better ways to do it, I think, within this story, and it was unfortunate that they made the person we're supposed to care about and want. I couldn't root for him. I just, even within his own circumstances, where you're like, oh well, that sucks, but I don't like you. You're just miserable within this, especially compared to with all these other people that we get to witness, who are, even if they're driven, they find joy or they can be nice to people, and this, he just wasn't. And it's like,
it sounds like I'll give this a miss, to be honest.
It was, anyway, that's why it's not on my best of list.
Okay, all right. Should we move on to entertainment news, or do you want to go back to the comments first?
Which would you like to do? I'm fine either way.
Let's go to comments, and then we'll finish up on comments and what we're looking forward to.
Perfect. Let's see here. Let me scroll up to find out where we were at.
And don't forget to do your time code, Chris.
I did. Thank you. Okay. So, General, do some live polls for things. How do we do live polls? I don't know if we can do live polls in our program here.
Well, maybe I can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and everybody can choose 2, 1, 3, 4. I don't know.
Okay.
Who do we appreciate?
It's a good suggestion. I'm not poo-pooing that.
Great.
I don't know how to.
More interactive stuff is great.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to execute that, but I do like that. Yes.
Maybe there's a link that everybody can click onto that does live polls while we're talking.
There are some things like that. Yes, let me look into those, because there's some where you can go onto on a website, and then we can share that.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah,
cool. Thoughts on Blade Runner 2049? Do we have to watch the original Blade Runner to understand and enjoy this one?
Yes, I think so. There's a lot of history to those characters. I don't think you need to watch the sequel. Just watch the first one.
Okay, good. I'm not going to disagree with you there. I did not like the sequel at all. I thought it was.
I love the cinematography. It's a beautiful film.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah. It is beautiful. Watch the first one. The first one is spectacular and a masterpiece. And yes, you must watch that one. The second one, which I know I'll get a lot of hate at some point, but
I've seen it a couple of times, and I'm just I'm not eager to rewatch it, but I definitely want to rewatch the first one. So
yes, when I rewatched 2049, going in with a brand new mindset of I had cleared my head of all bad things and said, you know what, let me give this another go. Let's see how this is. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I was in the wrong frame of mind, whatever that is. And I was still bored out of my skull.
I think it's because the Joker was in it, and he's just not a great actor. So.
Okay. He was barely in it, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just didn't care. I don't know. It was so dull.
He is a cult, and that worries me. So
Oh, okay. So, Bunny Dojo, I think you're off to go see Godzilla again. Yeah,
Godzilla has over 70 movies, dude.
that's crazy. He's not dumb. He just feels like he just has a one-track mind. That's really
Yeah,
what it
like
is.
in these movies, I'm sure he's not dumb, but they don't show enough of what he's thinking or how he's able to. And I think they could do that. So yeah, I don't think that's what we were saying. We're just saying that's how he's sort of portrayed in this, compared to what, with Kong, we see him do these intricate traps and positioning and yeah. So
Yeah, there was a higher thinking. It felt like, at least in these movies.
Yeah, in these movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadness. I remember being sad for Godzilla in not this franchise, but I think it was like 2004. We had a Godzilla movie, and Godzilla, I think they killed it or got rid of it, but there was all these eggs. And that's why Godzilla was upset, because it was trying to protect its eggs.
Protect the eggs, yeah.
Anyhow.
Chris Retzlaff, I hope you still have BetterHelp on the line there.
Wait, you haven't seen The Golden Child?
I haven't seen The Golden Child either. No. Let me make sure, because this is what's his bucket white. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. If I have, I do not remember it. Oh, maybe I did. No, I think I've seen this.
Let's do an intervention, Chris Retzlaff.
Yeah, no, I think I have seen this one. I think this is one that my wife also made me watch.
Obviously, really loved it. Because you can't remember it at all.
Yeah, the movies with Eddie Murphy that I remember from back in the day were Beverly Hills Cop.
Hours.
And no, I mean yes, but no. That's not what that's not what comes to mind. That and then like Raw and Delirious.
Oh, what about Coming to America, the original?
Oh yes, that one also.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Bunny Dojo. All right, backing us both up there. Love Big Trouble and Last Starfighter.
And Last Starfighter.
Outstanding. Ruben.
Yeah, I've seen Vampire Hunter D, of course. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Have I seen Sword of the Stranger? I've never even heard of that. Have you heard of that?
Don't know. Sometimes I have to see it.
Oh, it's anime. No, I have not.
Oh.
I can tell you that right now. No.
It's anime? No.
Yeah.
Saying that, I'm not sure I've seen this.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it looks awesome. On Amazon. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
Okay, cool. Chips. Is that
Yeah, I've seen the movie
with...
Chips, but it's based on the TV series Chips.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I mean, I watched the show.
Yeah, I watched the show. I watched the movie. It was fine, but I don't think it's anything like the TV series.
Okay. Ruben, more anime for you.
Yes.
Silent Voice.
I've seen a Silent Voice. That is incredible.
What about Paprika?
I think I've seen Paprika. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they said it's what inspired Nolan to make Inception.
Yeah, famously inspired him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen Paprika on lists, but never.
It's always there with one that we watched recently.
The Blue.
Yes, it may even be the same director or creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's I think that's where I saw it when I was searching for that. It would come up and yeah. So, hey Andre, welcome. Glad you're loving the reviews. Okay, this is going to age Badger, or at least showcase their technology, which you gotta love. Blade Runner on Laserdisc.
Nice. How do you play Laserdisc now?
With a Laserdisc player.
Who has a Laserdisc player?
Dude, I remember wanting those so bad. I mean, because the discs were awesome.
They're basically vinyl, right?
Yeah, where you had to, halfway through the movie, it would eject it like a giant CD, and you had to flip it, and then it would load, and the whole thing.
Yeah. I have a friend that is a cinematographer, DIT guy. He just works in all big films, and and he is a big collector of Laserdisc. Yeah,
Nice.
He's always showing on Facebook what new Laserdisc. Like, where are you finding these? Who's printing Laserdisc?
Okay, when Tower Records, which originated where I'm from, Now then they became worldwide, and then they shut down here, and I think there's still a couple of stores throughout the world. But when they were shutting down here, one of their original stores, they were clearancing out laser discs, and I almost bought a crap ton of them. But
do you own a Laserdisc?
I don't.
Player?
And Laserdisc players hadn't been around for a while, so it would have been an investment to get one.
Well, that would have been cool, though, because
I do wish,
they would be worth some money now, I imagine.
Maybe?
Because even videotapes are starting, some of those rare ones are starting to be worth stuff now.
Yeah. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of all of our Disney VHS, with the blister pack type of things. Where
yeah, I have I have The Never Ending Story and The Breakfast Club.
Oh wow!
On VHS.
Nice.
We had not worth anything, but I just keep them for nostalgia.
We had The Little Mermaid with the penises on the cover, and where the priest on the boat gets an erection.
What?
We had that version. So that's got to be worth something.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, because of what the animator snuck into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't know. I think we got rid of it at some point when I was converting over to
some
DVD.
cardboard sale. You sold it for 50 cents.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Ridiculous. Okay. My wife calling me out saying I totally have seen The Golden Child. I don't remember. Yeah. Godzilla is a nice guy once you get to know him. Just a little
touchy at times, especially when you've just woken up hungry. Okay. Yeah. When I'm hangry, nobody speak to me until I've eaten food. Yeah. Just leave me alone.
Exactly. And yes, my wife was definitely a large factor in my movication.
Oh, I like that.
Because that's from Pitch Perfect.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that film once in my lifetime. So.
Oh my gosh, I watch that all the time. But yeah, no, we grew up in totally different styles of households. Because she had older brothers, was watching like terrible movies that children should not watch, like The Exorcist and stuff, at a very young age.
Wow.
I had to fight to be able to see like Dream Warriors or something when it came out. And I was like in 6th or 7th grade.
That's fairly up there.
Well, yeah, but come on, that was 6th or 7th grade. I mean, I'm like teenager.
All right. Okay.
Not so. Yeah, and I was not allowed to watch. She also educated me on a ton of music, which because we listened to easy listening or classical at home.
The first time I watched Aliens was on a small TV like this size. Mm-hmm. I'd just arrived in the UK. I was 16, and my dad was looking through the TV guide, and he's like, they're going to bed. It's like, this movie's on. Would you like to watch it? And I was so excited because I'd heard about it, but I'd never been able to see it. That was the first time, like on a tiny screen, watching Aliens. Loved it. I was like,
nice.
But yeah, I grew up in a Christian household, and there were lots of things I wasn't allowed to, but I found ways.
Well, yeah, going over to friends' houses at sleepovers was where I got to watch a lot of things, especially if they had HBO or something, because then we could, we would watch
the more adult-rated stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. All right.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen the miniseries called Childhood's End. General has not seen it, but heard it's about aliens and Satan. Well, that... What?
Childhood's
End. From
2015?
Or 1996. There's also a movie, it looks like. 2 of them. I don't know.
Special 3-night event, sci-fi. No war, no disease, no poverty, but at what cost?
Oh.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's sci-fi?
Yeah. Well, it could be like Sharknado. Maybe.
Yeah.
So no. I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Zed, you're here.
Hey, you've
Welcome.
managed to catch us. Not the last 5 minutes. This is more like the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. So see, you're getting better there.
You got some stuff.
Yeah. Shiny. Oh, No Tower Records. Outstanding. Yeah. Do you have one around you? I don't even know where you live. We don't have any in California and there might be one in LA, maybe, but I know there's I think still one in Japan, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not around me by any means. So, okay. Ruben, entertainment news.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to move you out of the way so I can get to my screen.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, cool. Right. Courtney Cox is in talks to join Screen 7.
No.
So we're having Courtney and Neve by the looks of it.
I'm sorry. I have an issue with this.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think we should support the film.
Okay.
Okay.
I've already spoken about Monkey Man at the beginning, so I can move on.
I have one.
Okay.
It's going to be news and then a rant, or at least a question.
Okay, let's do it.
Boyd Holbrook is rumored to be in talks to play Harvey Dent, or Two-Face, in Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2.
Okay.
Here is my question.
Right.
When are we actually going to get new villains rather than all of these recycled ones within a Batman project?
Yeah. There's so many to choose from. Rich, diverse, really interesting, and they're just going for the same crap. We've had so many versions of them. Like, come on. I understand you have to have Batman, but bring something else in. Do Nightwing. Make it...
This will be the third Two-Face.
Do a proper Ra's al Ghul storyline with his son, with Batman's son and the woman he falls in love with. Like, do that. Like, I would love to see that. Then you'd have ninjas and Matt Reeves doing it. It would be awesome. Be a little bit supernatural. Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Another rant, Chris?
Yes. Sorry, my dog is barking. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. The next Pirates of the Caribbean movie will officially be a reboot. And it looks like, so they're rebooting the whole franchise. And it looks like Jeremy Bruckheimer is still going to be doing it. But this week, Johnny Depp has said he will do Jack Sparrow again if he gets an apology, an actual apology from Disney, because they fired him because of what happened with Heard, and he's been cleared of all charges that she accused him, all of them, not just one, So the fact that they haven't come out and apologized already to him makes me think that we're never going to get Johnny Depp again. So I wonder, they're rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean. How do you reboot Pirates without Johnny Depp?
You cannot have Captain Jack Sparrow if you do not have Johnny Depp.
Exactly. And without Jack Sparrow, there isn't that humor and levity that it needs, because then it's just going serious. So then they're going to try and write somebody else. You can't write somebody else as Jack Sparrow. Like, sorry, that's ridiculous. Like, it just won't work. Johnny Depp actually created... So they had him, but he did the walk. There wasn't scripted. It wasn't. He created the whole persona. There was so much of that character that they loved that he was never a main character. And then during the filmmaking of the first movie, they made him a main character because they loved him so much. So he's integral to the part. In fact, I don't think I would enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean movies nearly as much as I do without him, because you have the serious relationship, the law, the magics, and all that. But him is those moments.
He's the heart of that, yeah.
For sure. The opening, just him walking onto the platform with his ship sinking. Yeah. That's iconic. You cannot do that without Johnny Depp.
No. Okay. I have no more news.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fill us in.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry if you hear stuff on, because I'm just looking through my phone, and then sometimes that makes noise.
Oh, the zzz.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else hears it. I hear it, but that.
Okay. Here, this one. So. Does there come a point when you become famous that you lose your ability to identify with the real world? You suddenly become up your own self that like there's some actors like who is it? Leonardo DiCaprio will only date women younger than 25. That sort of thing. Like famously only does that, and it's really creepy. And he's like 40 something, almost 50. So Millie Bobby Brown, she says, I don't watch movies. People come up to me and say you should definitely watch this movie, and she goes on to like ranting, but that's like part of a big article. She doesn't watch movies at all. Now, one of the things that Stephen King said to me, you cannot call yourself a writer if you don't read.
Yeah.
And I 100% believe you cannot call yourself an actor if you don't participate in the medium that is your job. If you don't watch other people at their best in their craft, then what right do you have to even be associated in that? And the positions that she's been given, one of the biggest roles in the TV series, big blockbuster movies, and now it's like a slap in the face. You know, it was such a weird comment. I was just like, oh my gosh.
That is bizarre. I'm okay.
Yeah, bonkers.
Yeah.
Russell T Davies, who is the original writer of Doctor Who, has recently gone. He did a big article with The Guardian, his newspaper here. He said the BBC is 100% on its last legs, which is the reason why he's had to do forward thinking with the new Doctor Who series and do a big license deal with Disney. So all around the world, the new episodes and for furthermore, apart from the UK, will all be on Disney. I think he's right.
But doesn't that also mean that they're premiering at midnight on the BBC? Like, or at least in the middle of the night or something like that?
No, it'll be like 8, 9 o'clock. It always comes out at 8, 9 o'clock. So I don't know when they're going to premiere it on Disney, but yeah, it'll come out normal prime time viewing on a Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been saying this for years that the BBC is not what it once was, and the fact that they haven't caught up with the times with how much they charge for TV licenses is ridiculous. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
That's crazy. Well, and good on him for that, the foresight to be able to see what's coming and to adapt to that before it becomes something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not being forced on him, but he's already making the changes. Yeah.
I'm going to finish on a fun one.
Yes.
Late Night with the Devil.
Yes. I know what you're going to say.
Reportedly made 666,000 domestically on Sunday. That was Sunday last week. And we were like, that's awesome.
I don't even know if that's true, but I don't care.
I don't know if it's true, but it is brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. I saw that too, and I'm like, seriously, that's outstanding. What a great, just add that with the marketing, and
yeah, that's so good.
Oh man. All right. So what's coming up this week? There are, a bunch of stuff actually. We talked about Monkey Man.
Yeah.
That's coming out.
Is that coming out? Oh my gosh.
On the 5th.
I don't know if that's coming out to us. I'll be very sad if it's not, because I want to see it.
The First Omen is also coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I'm kind of looking forward to, I think.
Did you like the original?
The Omen? It had been forever since I saw. But I didn't. Oh no, I'm thinking now. I'm mixing Exorcist also with this. I think I like Nell Tiger Free, so I think she might be able to bring a good weirdness something to it. So, you've already seen this movie, which I'm bummed about. But on I think Thursday the 4th, maybe Friday the 5th, Baghead is coming to Shudder.
Oh. Wow, that took a while.
Yeah, but then also Late Night with the Devil is coming out in a couple of weeks to Shudder.
Oh, okay.
So if you weren't able to catch it in the cinemas, you can do that.
Okay, so just to confirm, Monkey Man and The Omen are scheduled to have release date on the 5th of April in the UK.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Well, at least then you don't get things spoiled for you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Loot. I don't know. Did you watch season 1 of Loot with Maya Rudolph on Apple?
When you said Loot, I thought Lute. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't, but I know the season 2 is coming.
Yeah, it comes out on Wednesday the 3rd.
Okay.
So I haven't watched. I've got the screeners. I haven't watched it yet. I kind of enjoyed season 1. I mean, it took a little bit to get into
find
and stuff, but
Maya Randolph is great as like a side character in another TV series, but as a lead, I just didn't know
little
yeah,
much.
Yeah,
Sure.
because the comedy, if it's consistent, like the way she brings it, I don't know if that's the case, but yeah, that's what put me off initially.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ripley is coming to Netflix on Thursday. It's a psychological suspense thriller. It looks like it's black and white. It's got Dakota Fanning in it, Johnny Flynn, Andrew Scott. It's a limited series.
It's for the best of my knowledge, based on the talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. They told me I couldn't have screeners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I don't know what that means.
That sucks. Okay, there's a film, at least it's coming to the UK. It's not a Netflix original, but it's coming to Netflix. It's called 8 for Silver. In the 1800s, an outsider on a quest for redemption endeavors to stop a spate of brutal slayings befalling a French village with a dark past. And this looks awesome. Like, it looks really creepy. So
I saw this. It's also called The Cursed.
Oh, okay.
I saw this at Sundance 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Taking its time to come out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was it wasn't bad. Like, it had some fun moments to it. Yeah. So there you go. That's cool. I don't think it's coming to the US though. Or maybe it is, but
okay. But it must be out in the US on other platforms.
You can rent it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Scoop.
Yes.
Looks interesting.
Gillian Anderson. I'm looking
Gillian
forward to
Anderson,
that.
man. Yeah. Billy Piper as well, Rufus Sewell. It's a good cast, but it's about that the dramatization of an inside account of the woman at Newsnight who secured Prince Andrew's infamous interview. You know, that one then when he said stuff he shouldn't have and got himself in a world of trouble.
Yep.
There's also a series called Crooks. It's a violent, gritty action series.
Yeah.
Also not English, so
I have screeners for that. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
Okay.
It comes out on the 4th.
nice.
There's a movie called The Tearsmith. I know nothing about that. But also there's a documentary, The Antisocial Network.
Oh yeah.
From Memes to Mayhem, something like that. That's the subtitle.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
But obviously everybody should be watching Parasyte the Grey.
Friday.
That comes out on Friday. Yeah.
There is another Apple series coming out this week, too.
Okay.
With Colin Farrell, if I'm not mistaken, called Sugar.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So busy week.
Busy week. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't. That's all I have though on my list. I don't know if anything else.
Cool. I feel like I'm missing stuff. Let us know in the comments if you have other stuff that you know that's coming out that's new. I'm wondering when the third season. I know it's soon, but the third season of. Oh my gosh! It was an Amazon original. Then it became, Amazon bought the
MGM.
freebie.
Oh, free. Yeah.
And then that series became, Alex Rider.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so the third season of that is coming out. I'm pretty sure it's like really soon. So look out for that if you like the first 2 seasons, which I did. I actually thought the second season was much better than the first. So,
is it like sci-fi-ish?
Alex Rider? No, it's Alex Rider. How do you explain what Alex Rider is? No. It's not sci-fi. It's about a young kid that's highly intelligent because he didn't know that his parents were like spies or something, and his dad was spies and was secretly training him, and so he has to do all this kind of spy stuff. It's like a young Bond.
Chuck.
Yeah, no, younger than that. Like we're talking teens.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was like Chuck before he became Chuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go. Alex Rider is an ordinary teenager enlisted to work on behalf of MI6, where he uses his skills he didn't know he had to become an extraordinary spy. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's based on like much loved a book series. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, and second season is much better than the first.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
I
enjoyed the first, but do you need to watch the first season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They kind of continue story. I mean, that's not to say the first one's bad. They just
not
really
as good
made it much better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, let's hit up last bit of comments, and then we will wrap up. Does that sound good? Let's see here. All right, Shiny. Oh no, yeah, we saw that. But with Tower Records, they closed them all. Very well could be. I love seeing it sometimes in older movies where you see like a Tower Records shot in there. Okay, 3 episodes of what General is talking about. Let's see. Childhood's End is what we're there. 2015 saw a picture of Satan with. Okay, so it is 2015.
So it is that one.
Is it the one that we were talking about, or the
I
other
think so.
one? Yes, the one that you found.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know what's going on. Fair enough.
It's fun though.
Yeah. Late Satoshi Kon anime movies. And Perfect Blue was great too. Oh, okay. That was Paprika.
Paprika. Yeah.
It was one of the ones we were talking about. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, see, it's not just me that can hear the cell phone.
Well,
buzzing.
if you didn't hear it then.
Well, that time I didn't. From? But
yeah, so maybe it was yours.
My phone's not even near anything. So there you go.
Maybe it's hers.
Yeah, maybe. Have you seen the miniseries The Take? Have you heard of it? I've never, with Tom Hardy.
Probably.
From 2009. Oh, he's young in this. Brian Cox.
Probably still. Oh, there's 2016 as well.
That's with Idris Elba, and that movie is not very good.
Yeah, it's not. No.
Based on the novel,
something that Idris Elba did is bad. Wow.
There's more than one, but I still love him. So,
this looks so bad. Okay, cool.
Which looks bad?
The Take, yeah, just because it's so old. The poster of The Take looks.
Oh, the poster's terrible, but it's got a high rating on IMDb.
Yeah, it's 7.7. That is high.
Yeah, just a guy who's just out of prison.
Brian Cox as well.
Yeah, that's a terrible synopsis. I'm not even going to read that because it's not worth reading. But yeah, okay. Parish, I've seen this is with Giancarlo Esposito, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Parish, okay. Have you started watching this at all?
No, I have the screeners. I just don't know. It doesn't fit my Switch.
Okay.
Off Spy Prince. Yeah, basically.
I like that. That should be the next name of a thing. Yeah. Went to Tower Records in London a couple of times in the 90s. Dude, yeah, because we had probably all over the place. We had both Tower Books, which was its own building, and then Tower Records, which was right next to it. And
so they didn't just do records; they did graphic novels.
Oh, Tower Books was like Barnes and Noble, or Borders, or
never heard of it.
What? Which Barnes and Noble or Tower Books?
No, Tower Books. I've heard of Barnes and Noble. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, it was. I mean, in Sacramento, like in Citrus Heights, it was near a mall, 2 malls actually, and it was a giant Tower Books, and then right next to it another giant building that I think used to be a bank at some point, maybe. I don't know. It looked like a bank. And you would have when Bass Tickets and then Ticketmaster came out, and you would have people lined up around the building to buy concert tickets.
Oh, yeah, we have that in the UK where you buy that for theatre, and there's like lines. Theatre tickets, yeah.
Yeah, now you barely see lines because everything's online, but
true. Yeah, so. And then they're sold out like that second.
When I worked at the Warehouse, which was a record store, we did Ticketmaster things. Dude, I hated that. I hated when
Did it crash the system a lot?
Oh, constantly, and then everybody was pissed.
Yeah,
because it wasn't something that we could.
That's why physical tickets would have been much better. Yeah, just come and get it from the store.
Oh no, that's what it was. No, that's what I'm talking about. But our system, because we would tie into the Ticketmaster system
into the
Ticketmaster system, because they all went on sale at the exact same time. Everybody was, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Physical tickets, yes, 50,000. Just sell them, and then when you run out, that's the seat's done. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I think that's it for the comments right now. We thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we have our Patreon opportunity at patreon.com/the bearded ones for £1. It gets you in. And that gets you access to, Ruben said, almost 100 videos.
Almost 100.
Seriously?
And if you join now, Chris will send you a nude. Yeah.
I didn't say of whom.
Yes, that's true. Just be like an orangutan.
I'm gonna take the shirt off of my dog, and you're gonna get a nude of him. He'll also just lay on his back and spread eagle. So there you go. If you're into that type of thing, and if you are, send me your address because I'm going to call the cops. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Ruben with the Ruby Tuesday. Me, Chris, Movies and Munchies. Liking, putting the thumbs up on these lives really does help. Appreciate that a ton. Thanks everybody. Badger, hey, awesome, thank you. We're glad that you love watching us. Shiny, thank you.
Thanks,
have a
Shiny.
great weekend. If you celebrate Easter, whether that's for religious or candy purposes, I hope you have a great time. Eat lots of candy, eat your children's candy if that's what you do.
You're protecting them.
Exactly. With that, hey friends, we will see you next week. All right, take care. Bye.